Greetings, cosmic voyagers and history enthusiasts. Neil deGrasse Tyson here, and welcome to Unknown Facts. Today we're embarking on an extraordinary journey, not through space, but back in time to ancient Egypt. This civilization has captivated us for millennia with its colossal pyramids, enigmatic sphinx, and tales of powerful pharaohs. But beyond the familiar imagery lie layers of complexity and secrets that continue to astound us. We often think we know the basics: pyramids, mummies, hieroglyphs. But the story of ancient Egypt is far richer and more nuanced than you might imagine. Their understanding of engineering, astronomy, medicine, and societal structure was light years ahead of its time. So, prepare to have your perceptions challenged and your curiosity ignited. We're about to delve into 7 secrets about Egyptian civilization that you probably didn't know. Stick around, because the Nile has many tales to tell. Let's start with something monumental: the Great Pyramid of Giza. For centuries we thought we had a pretty good map of its insides. But recent advancements in non-invasive scanning technologies, particularly muon tomography, have revealed tantalizing evidence of previously unknown voids and corridors. These aren't just small nooks. One void above the Grand Gallery stretches for at least 30 meters. The big question is, what were these chambers for? Were they structural, designed to relieve stress? Or did they serve a ritualistic purpose? The debate among Egyptologists and physicists is vibrant. These discoveries force us to reevaluate our understanding of not just how the pyramids were built, but why. Each new void detected is a new question mark, a new invitation to explore. The use of cosmic ray muons to probe these ancient structures is a beautiful marriage of particle physics and archaeology. What else might these silent stones be waiting to tell us? Let's move from the pyramid to its enigmatic neighbor, the Great Sphinx of Giza, that colossal limestone statue with the body of a lion and the head of a human, gazing stoically eastwards for millennia. It's an icon of ancient Egypt, perhaps of antiquity itself. But there's something conspicuously absent: its nose. The mystery of the Sphinx's missing nose has sparked countless theories. One persistent myth is that Napoleon's troops shot it off with cannon fire during his Egyptian campaign in 1798. However, sketches of the Sphinx made before Napoleon's arrival already show it without its nose. So, if not Napoleon, then who or what? Some theories point to deliberate defacement by various groups over the centuries. One account attributes the damage to a Sufi Muslim named Muhammad Sa'im al-Dar in 1378. Another possibility is natural erosion. The Sphinx has been battling the elements for over 4,500 years. Protruding features like a nose would be particularly vulnerable to such long-term weathering. The missing nose humanizes this monumental figure, making it relatable, a victim of time or human action. It also serves as a potent symbol of the fragility of history and the loss of information over time. The debate highlights how we interpret and often project our own narratives onto ancient artifacts. The Napoleon story fit a certain colonial-era narrative. The iconoclasm story fits another. The truth might be a mundane combination of factors, but the mystery itself is what keeps us engaged. It forces us to confront the gaps in our knowledge and the challenges of piecing together the distant past. Now let's venture into one of ancient Egypt's most defining practices: mummification. For the ancient Egyptians, this was a profoundly sacred and scientific process, perfected over centuries, all in the pursuit of eternal life. The process typically took around 70 days. It began with the ritual cleansing of the body, followed by the removal of internal organs. The brain was often extracted through the nostrils using long hooks. The removed organs were then preserved separately in canopic jars. The body cavity was then cleansed and packed with natron, a naturally occurring salt mixture. The body would be covered entirely in natron for about 40 days, drawing out all the moisture. After the desiccation period, the natron was removed and the body was further cleansed, anointed with oils and resins. Then came the intricate wrapping process. Hundreds of yards of linen bandages were used, often with sacred amulets and spells tucked within the layers. This wrapping wasn't just protective, it was a ritual act, transforming the deceased into a divine Osiris-like figure. The Egyptians, through trial and error over generations, figured out the optimal methods for dehydration and the antibacterial properties of certain resins. Mummification was a profound expression of Egyptian worldview, a testament to their ingenuity and a deeply human response to the universal mystery of death. The Rosetta Stone, cracking the code of a lost civilization. Imagine stumbling upon a key that could unlock the silent voices of an entire civilization. That's precisely what the Rosetta Stone represents. Discovered by French soldiers in 1799 near Rosetta, Egypt, it became one of the most important archaeological finds. It held the same decree in 3 scripts: hieroglyphic, Demotic, and Ancient Greek. This trilingual inscription provided a direct pathway to deciphering hieroglyphs. The breakthrough came in the 1820s thanks to Jean-François Champollion. He realized hieroglyphs were a complex system involving phonetic signs and ideograms. Suddenly the silent statues could speak, the temple walls could tell their stories, papyri filled with records, poetry and letters could be read. The impact on Egyptology was profound. It opened a window into the minds and lives of the ancient Egyptians. Without the Rosetta Stone, our knowledge of ancient Egypt would be vastly impoverished. The decree itself, issued at Memphis, Egypt on behalf of King Ptolemy V Epiphanes in 196 BC, is interesting in its own right, but its historical content is almost secondary to its linguistic significance. Today the Rosetta Stone resides in the British Museum, a subject of some controversy regarding repatriation. It stands as a powerful symbol of decipherment, of the human ability to unlock secrets through patience, intellect and collaboration. The Rosetta Stone didn't just translate words, it translated a civilization. When we picture ancient societies, we often default to an image of overwhelmingly patriarchal structures, but in ancient Egypt, women had significant agency, power, and respect. They could own property, initiate divorce, and run businesses. Female pharaohs like Hatshepsut and Cleopatra VII wielded immense power. Women also served as priestesses and held the title, God's Wife of Amun. Understanding their roles offers a nuanced view of ancient Egypt. No discussion of ancient Egypt can be complete without acknowledging the central importance of the Nile River. The Greek historian Herodotus famously called Egypt the gift of the Nile, and he wasn't exaggerating. This mighty river was the lifeblood of the entire civilization, shaping its agriculture, economy, religion, and identity. The most critical aspect of the Nile's gift was its annual inundation. Every year from June to September, the Nile would swell and overflow its banks, depositing a rich layer of fertile black silt across the floodplains. This natural fertilization renewed the land year after year, making Egyptian agriculture incredibly productive. This reliable bounty was the foundation of Egypt's wealth and stability. The Nile was the primary highway of ancient Egypt, providing an efficient means of transportation for people, goods, and massive stone blocks used in construction. The river unified Upper and Lower Egypt, facilitating trade both domestically and with neighboring lands. The Nile also permeated Egyptian religion and mythology. The god Hapi was the personification of the inundation, revered for bringing fertility and abundance. The river itself was seen as a pathway to the afterlife, with the West Bank often being the preferred location for tombs and necropolises. The dependence on the Nile made the Egyptians keen observers of nature, fostering a deep understanding of natural cycles. The rhythm of the Nile was the rhythm of Egyptian life, a constant presence that nurtured and defined one of history's most enduring and fascinating civilizations. Let's journey to the west bank of the Nile, opposite modern-day Luxor, to the Valley of the Kings. This was the chosen burial ground for pharaohs and powerful nobles of the New Kingdom. The pharaohs hoped that by concealing their final resting places deep within the Theban hills, they could better protect their mummified bodies and treasures. Each tomb was adorned with vibrant paintings and hieroglyphic texts, magical maps and spells to guide and protect the deceased. The most famous example is the tomb of Tutankhamun, discovered by Howard Carter in 1922. Though a minor pharaoh, his tomb was packed with thousands of objects, essential provisions for the afterlife. The Valley of the Kings is a sacred landscape, a library of funerary texts, and a treasure trove that continues to shed light on the spiritual and material world of the pharaohs. And there you have it. 7 glimpses into the profound and often surprising world of ancient Egyptian civilization. From the hidden chambers within the Great Pyramid to the powerful roles women played in society and the life-giving embrace of the Nile, it's clear that ancient Egypt was a civilization of incredible depth, ingenuity, and enduring mystery. The sands of time may have buried much, but what remains continues to speak to us, to challenge us, and to inspire awe. The journey through Egypt's past is a reminder that human curiosity, creativity, and the quest for meaning are timeless. The ancient Egyptians looked to the stars, engineered wonders, and sought to understand their place in the cosmos, much like we do today. Their legacy is not just in stone and gold, but in the fundamental questions they asked, and the extraordinary ways they sought to answer them. Thanks for watching and for joining me, Neil deGrasse Tyson, on this exploration with unknown facts. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, please show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Unknown Facts and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep looking up and keep questioning. See you in the next video.